Hi friends, this is Manish Pandey. Welcome back. Today in this tutorial we are going to learn about the reusable components. We'll see how can we create a reusable components, how can we create a Nuget package in UiPath, how can we create our custom activity in UiPath, and how can we use that, and what is library. So let's see our agenda. We'll learn what is reusable components in UiPath, why do we need reusable components, what is library in UiPath, how to create reusable component in UiPath, and how to resolve NU1108 cycle detected exception. So let's start. So first, what is reusable component? A reusable component is a collection of activities that is compiled and packaged as an activity which can be reused in multiple processes and project. So what is this reusable component? So here you can see it's a collection of activities. So you can say, let's say we have created a sequence and it has a collection of activities, and we can combine all this activity and we can make one activity, and then we can reuse that activity in our projects. That is called reusable components. Instead of writing the same code sequence again and again, just create a reusable component and use anywhere in your project. For example, login, logout, write config data dictionary, etc. So let's say if you are working for SAP, and in the SAP, you are going to automate the lots of process in the SAP, and you require to log in and log out every time. Instead of writing activity of login and log out, you just go and create a custom activity that is called reusable component, and then you can reuse that login and SAP login, SAP logout in your any process, any project of the SAP. Let's say if you're working in any department, any company, in that company you have one or two applications, web applications or like Windows application, which has few processes that needs to be automated every time in multiple projects also. Let's say if you're working on this project, in that project also you require that code. Let's suppose if you are working on second project, and in that project also you require that code, then you can create an activity, custom activity, and you can use that activity in that project. Now reusable component can be installed in UiPath Studio from managed packages. One package can have multiple workflows to use in another projects. It means if you have the one package, if you want to create a one package for department wise or process wise or the company wise, then you can create a package. You can say this package is for, like, let's say you will have seen the package name in the UiPath Studio as a like Excel package, PDF package, and in the Excel package you get lots of activity in that that Excel package. Same as here, you can create a package for your company name, for your departments, for your process, and then you can keep all these custom activities inside that package, and you can install that package from the managed packages in UiPath Studio. Now there are two ways to create a reusable component in UiPath. First, using library in UiPath Studio. Second, using Visual Studio. So first we'll see using library in UiPath Studio. So let's start. Now what is library in UiPath? Library in UiPath is same as college library. Library is a collection of book is used for reading. In other words, it is a room where all the collections of books kept and managed, where it is managed as per courses like BCA, MCA, BBA, MBA, etc., and reused by the students again and again. You can see the screenshot here. It has the lots of books are there, and it has been managed and kept according to the department, according to the courses. Like these books are for the maths, English, for BCA, MCA, BBA, MBA. So same as that, you can manage, you can create your library in UiPath. Same way, UiPath has given a feature to create reusable components as a package. So library is a package which contains multiple reusable components. Libraries are saved as .nupkg files, it's Nuget package files, and can be installed as a dependency to workflows using the package manager, and can be reused by RPA developer again and again. Reusable components can be modified in library. Now we'll see reusable components demo. I will show you the demo of the reusable components, how it works. So let me open the UiPath Studio. You can see here I have created a few custom activities. This is for read config file, this is for some two numbers. You can see here I have this demo library package, and there is a sum, and there is a config, and inside this config there is a read config, and I have another package. It has the only one activity, that is sum two numbers. So you can see here this is for the read config. You need to pass the config file name, config seat name, and you will get the output as a config dictionary variable. And then you can see here I am just showing you the in config test, so it will show the value of the test name of the key. And here I am passing the in sum two numbers. I am passing number 1, number 2, and showing the result in output variable. Let me run this. So you can see here the message box, it is showing reusable components, because in the test I have written in the config file the value is reusable components, and in the sum I have taken 5 and 10, so it is showing the plus, the add of two numbers, so it is showing 15. So same as that, this is just a basic examples. So this is a demo I have shown you how it works. Now how to create reusable components in UiPath. I will show you two basic examples. First, sum of two numbers, and second, read config data from Excel and add to dictionary. Okay, so let me open the UiPath Studio. So once you will open the UiPath Studio, you will click on start, then you are getting like this. So go to the new project and you will get a library. You can see here create reusable components. This is used to create a reusable components. You can just click on that, and now here you need to put the name, and this name will be your package name. You will able to find your package name with this name. So let me keep it something valid, like test package, and then you can put the description of this package. This package is to show how to use reusable components, and then you can just create this. Now you can see here we have a new activity.xml. It means this shows that we have to create a new activity here. So if you want to take the same name, new activity, then you can leave as it is, or if you want to take something valid name, then you can right click and you can rename that. I just want to rename as a some numbers. Okay, I'm taking this name. So once you will change this new activity name to some number, so what will happen, this will change your this name. Let's say if you're checking this log message, the same as that you will get this name. It will show as activity and the name will be some numbers. So it means your XML name will be your activity name. So make sure you are keeping it a valid name. Now you can see here this is the example of some numbers. So we are going to take two input from the user, first number 1 and number 2, and then we'll show the output to the user. It means we are going to get the number, get the input from the user. Okay, so first let me take one assign activity here and go to the arguments, and we'll take here one number 1, as we need to take the value from the user, because we are not passing the value, because we are going to create a reusable components. So every time we need to use that. So every time, like we cannot pass the default value here, so we need to take the value from the user. So to take the value from the user, we need to pass here direction as in, and argument type will be integer because we are going to get the number value. So we'll take in, and then here we'll write number 2. This will be also int, in and int. Now you are thinking that why I am not taking this argument as a variable. So if I will take arguments as a variable, then this number 1, number 2 will not be shown to the user after installing the activity. Let's say if we have installed this as a component activity, we have a 2 and value. So if you want to show our this number 1 and number 2 to the user, then we need to keep these variables as an argument. We cannot move this to the variables. If you want to use that variables for the just for the internal use, then we can keep that as a variables, but we need to take the input from the user. That's why we need to take a in, and this will be an argument. Now we'll write here, and then we need one result, so we'll take another variable, another arguments, and here, as I already told you, that we need to show the output, the result of the two numbers, like number 1, number 2 plus number 2, so it will show to the user. So that's why we need to take the direction as out only, because we are not going to use inside the workflow. We are going to show this output to the user. So that's why we'll take as out, and we'll take integer. Now we'll just put the same thing here, result equal to number 1 plus number 2. Okay, that's it. Now save this, and now I will tell you how to publish this data, publish this activity as your reusable components, and how to create a Nuget package. Okay, so once you are done with your activity, you can just go to the publish here, click on this, and here orchestrator, you will not be getting any option to select this orchestrator, so you need to click on custom, and now here you need to pass a local folder name. So I'm just going to select this F drive library activity. I have this library activity folder available there. I want to save that here, so what will happen, the Nuget package will be created in that folder, or you can just go and click on that, and you can select any folder name where you want to save that Nuget package. And now this will be the release notes. You can write why are you going to releasing this. So I'm just writing here, this is for addition of two numbers. And now this is the current version, and this will be the new version. And now the library settings, activity root category, we can provide our library name, and we can select this include sources. So you can see here, if checked, all XML sources will be packaged within the library, including private sources. This help at debug time. So we can check this, and we can put the library name. Let me check, we have a library showing here, not okay. So we'll take a library name that is a test package, and then we'll just click on publish. We are not going to pass any certificate or password or anything. We'll just publish this. Wait for some time, and then it will be finished, and you will get this pop-up, library published successfully, name test package, and version is 101, location is F drive library activity. Now press OK, and now go to the folder, and you can see we have got this package here, test package, and this is the version Nuget package. Okay, now how can we install that package? So for that, let me go here, and let me click on manage packages, and first I'm going to delete all this the older packages. I'm going to uninstall this, and you can go to the settings first, because first I need to take that folder name. So you can see here we have a settings here. We have to provide the name of that folder name, and we need to put the sources of that. So we'll put here library activity, and then we'll take this source name. So we have a library activity in my F drive, and I will click on this select. Okay, so this name will be will be available here. It will be shown here in this name, in this side, and this is the folder. Now we can add this. So once we'll add this, you will get this name here, this side, library activity. Okay, and once you'll click on this, you are getting your activity, your package name here, test package by Manish Pandey. This package is to show how to use reusable components. Okay, so this is the a description which I have written while publishing the package. It shows the owner name, author names, and the dependency. Click on install, and save this. Now this package has been installed. You can go and check here. You will get your package name here, the test package, and there is activity here. This shows that included in test package. There is no any tooltip there, so you're just getting included in test package. And you can see here, this is the package name system. It has the another package name, application, then close application, all these things. Same as this, you can install that package in any project. You can use that activity in any project, any process. Now let me double click on that, and let's use this. Now we have this sum number, and we have this number 1, number 2. You can see here it shows the number 1 in arguments integer 32, because this is, we need to pass the values, and this will be used inside this activity to perform the calculation. This is number 2, and this is the result. This is for the out arguments. So let me pass here 5. And one more thing you can see here, that if you're doing the mouse over on this activity, we are just getting included in test package. I will show you if possible it is included in the 2019 version or not. I will try to show like this activity. And one more thing, if I'm not putting anything here, then it is not showing a warning message type. This should be marked as a required. If you want this field as a required, then I will show you how to do that. So currently I'm just showing you how it's working, and then we need to take here a result. So let me take here Control K, and we'll take a output, and just take a message box, and we'll take a output. You can see here, if you are not passing anything in the message box, then we are getting this as a value for a required activity. Argument text was not supplied. Okay, it means we need to supply something here. So we can also make our this activity. Now I'm going to put here output. So it means we should get 15 as output. Now let me run this. Okay, so we are getting 15. It means this is working fine. Now you have learned about sum numbers activity, and now I'm going to show you how to create a custom activity for reading Excel file like config data and add those data to the dictionary, and then how can we get the data from the dictionary. And I will show you how to mark this as a required, how to show the something valid message here in the number 1, number 2, and in the result also. Now let me open the, and as I already told you that you can also modify your activity in the same library project. So for that, let me go to the test package again we'll go here in the assign, and you can see here we have a number. Okay, so we need to show a tooltip here. To show the tooltip, we need to right click on that and click on add annotations, and we'll write here enter first number. So this number will be shown to the user against number 1. We'll copy this, and then again we'll go to the number 2, and we'll write here add enter second number, and in the result we'll show output of add numbers. And now we need to show the tooltip of the activity. Then for that we need to go to the project here, click on this activity, right click on that, and just go to the properties, and we'll just go to the tooltip here. It will show the tooltip. If it is working fine in the 2004 2000 version of this UiPath Studio, then this will work. So let me put here, this is to add numbers, okay. And help link, as it will be, if we'll put here help link, then what will happen, once we'll select the activity and then if we'll press F1, then this link will be opened. So let me put here http forum.uipathrpa.com. okay, now save this. So you can see that here that tooltip will be shown here. You can directly right click and you can add the annotations here, okay. This is the same, or you can go and right click on that and click on properties. Now we need to learn the second example, that is read config data. So for that, if you want me to create a put that activity inside another package type, so for that we need to take one folder and we'll put the name as a config, okay. And then we'll again just click on that, and then we'll add a sequence, and this will be for config or read config, okay. Now again you can right click on that and go to the properties, and you can write here, this is to read config data and write to dictionary, and we'll write here http. This time I'm just putting here s, it's working fine or not, let me check. https forum.uipath.com. now save this. Now we know the steps how to read the config Excel file and write to the dictionary. So for that, let me go to the activities. We need to take a assign activity, and we'll first initialize dictionary. So for that, we'll take here Control K and we'll write here out dictionary, and then we'll write here new dictionary of string. Our name will be string and value will be object, okay. And now go to the variable and change it to dictionary. So we'll write here system dot collections dot generic dot dictionary. We'll take this, select the string, and then select a object. Now press OK. Now we'll see here I have this out dictionary, or you can pass here out config is a dictionary type, and now we need to read the Excel file. So for that we'll take a read range, and I'm going to take from the workbook read range, and here you can see we need to pass the workbook name, it means the Excel file name, and the sheet name. So workbook path we need to take from the user. Why? Because if they are going to use this activity in another project, then the Excel file name will be different. We cannot put here the default name like config.xlsx. We need to show this to the user as an input. so they will pass the input here. So we'll go to the arguments, and I will write here config file name. This will be integer and direction will be in, and then we need to pass a seat name. So again we'll take the seat name from the user, because the seat name can be different. Seat name can be seat1 also, settings also, constant also, anything, or config also. So that's why we'll take this from the user. I'm putting here seat name, and I will just use this config file name. The same thing, we'll use this config seat name, and I will remove these things. Now we need to read all this config data one by one. So let me take here row, and we need to pass this data table. So I need to take one data table, control K, and this will be config dt. So now I'm going to show you how can we use the variable only, not argument. So you can see here we have this config dt as a data table. So this data table is only used inside this sequence, inside this activity. This will not for the users. It means we are not going to show this data table to the users. So we'll keep this as a variable here, config dt. Now I'm going to pass here config dt, and then now I will write here add to dictionary. I'm getting here. Now we'll just put this here, and then we'll select this string. It means the key will be a string and the value will be object. Now the dictionary name will be out config. Out config is our dictionary name. So this will be added to the dictionary, and now we need to show this config dictionary to the user. So we need to move this to the argument, and this will be out config will be out. So this will be shown to user, and the key name will be row of name, and then value will be row of value, because we are getting the row and value name in the from the data table. And now let me put here to string. Now save this, and the second was like we have added all the features of the you can see here, if we'll click on this arguments, and if we'll click on this, then in the properties it shows is required option. It means if we'll select this, if we'll check this, then you need to pass this value in the number one, otherwise it will show a warning message. Now check this, and check this also, and I will check this also. It means this is required, so user needs to pass this value, otherwise they will get an error. Now again in the read config, you can right click and you can add annotations. Enter Excel file name, enter complete Excel file name, seat name, dictionary, output. And we have already added this one, and if you want to mark this as a required, then you can just click on this and mark as a required. Is required, yes, true. Now save this, and now we need to publish this again. Now select the same F drive library activity, because if you see here we have one activity, one package. Now we will be publishing this, then it will make a 1.0.2. then we'll select this, and this package contains read config activity and few features added. Now we'll publish this. Okay, so this has been published. Now if you have seen here we have in the manage packages, in the settings, we have already set up our this folder, right, as a package source. Automatically it will pick the package from this folder. So once we'll click on this manage package, you will see this shows that there is a update available for the version 1.02. Let me update this and save this. So this time after installing this, you will get another activity, that is read config. Now go to here, click on this test package, and you can see here now we have this inside config, there is a read config, and you can see here if I'm moving the cursor on this, then it shows this type of error. I don't know, I don't think UiPath has resolved this issue. It is still showing an error. So I believe they are still working on that. So now let me show you how to use this read config activity, and you can see here it shows that value for a required activity, config file name, config seat name, everything is required now. And let me delete this one also. Let me take this. Okay, and now you can see here it shows enter first name, this shows enter second name, and this is output of add numbers. Now let me put here 10, 20, and this will be output. And now go to the read config. It shows the config file name. It means we need to enter the complete Excel name, and now I'm going to pass the full path of the config Excel file. In the double quotation, because it will take a string. This is also a string. You can keep the cursor here. It shows in argument a string. We need to put the settings, the seat name. Let me check the seat name of this config. This is a settings. I need to read this, and let me put here taste, and this will be library. Okay, save and close. I'm going to put here seat name, that is settings, and this will be out config. This will be a dictionary type variable. So if you press Ctrl K, so this will create as a config dictionary. You can go and see here, this will be a dictionary variable, and this is an integer variable. Now this is done. Now if you want to get the value from the dictionary, then we need to show this in the message box, and we have the config, and the key name is name. So just let me put here taste. We need to check this, and .to string, and now run this. You can see here we are getting the add 10, 30, and this will be a library. Okay, so same way you can create your custom activity. You can see here in the read config, you have to write lots of things. You have to initialize that dictionary. You have to read the Excel file, you have to loop through each row, and then you have to add this data to the config dictionary, lots of things. So to avoid that, you can directly create one custom activity, and you can use this read config in your project anytime, every time, multiple times. Okay, so this is the purpose of this. Now let me show you the next. Now how to fix NU1108 cycle detected exception. You can see here, while installing the package, most of the users get this error. You can see this error while installing, they get this type of error, NU1108 cycle detected. So demo library package. Okay, it's trying to restore the package .NET framework version, all this thing, checking for compatibility, but this they are getting error. So how can we fix this issue if you are getting error? So let me show you. So okay, so I have created this activity and I have published this in the folder. Now I'm going to install that. Okay, so you can see here I have created this project as a library. Okay, I have not created this project as a process. You can see here we are getting multiple projects. We have a library and process, and then we have background process, robotic enterprise framework, all these things. But this project as a library, and now we have created this reusable components here in the library. So we'll go to the manage packages and go to the demo library, and if you are going to install this package, you can see here we are going to install this and click on this save, and then you can see we are getting this, we have detected dependency cycle, installation cannot continue. We are getting this error. Okay, so this error shows here. You can see you will get error something here. You can see here we are getting this error NU1108 cycle detected, this one. It shows that your the package name is test package, and you are going to install in the test package also. So this is the error. We need to install this package in your process project, not in the library, because library is just to create a package. Okay, so you can resolve this issue. You can go to the this process here, and then you can install this, right? So you have seen how we have installed this package. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to show you, that you have seen here we are creating a folder, and then we are getting this activity from here. Now if you want to, let me go to here, and if you want to install this activity package from this local, because local is taking from our local systems, so how can you put to the local? So let me copy this. You can copy this and click here, right click on UiPath Studio, and you can click on open file location, and then we'll be getting this UiPath Studio, and then right click and then open file location. So your file location like this, in the app data local UiPath, you can go to your current version app 19.10.2, and then inside this inside this packages you can paste this. So currently we have a test package here in the local UiPath app 19.10.2 studio version, and then go to the manage package and click on this local, and let me try again. Go to the local and just type your test package here. Okay, you can see here it shows test package. Now you can install and do your work, right? So by this way, either you can keep that project in a shared folder somewhere, or you can keep your package in the local folder, so every time it will take from there. Now in the next video we'll learn how to create reusable components using Visual Studio. Thank you so much friends, thank you for watching this video. If you have any question, please comment on video, or you can send me an email on uipathrpa@gmail.com, and please like this video and Please subscribe if you have not subscribed. Thank you so much.